talk about Aster because yesterday I was talking about how this thing was about to start pumping, and it did exactly that overnight, and it's been pumping ever since then. Massive numbers. We got to talk about this. Anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So, as you can see over here, we are up 32.8% in the last 24 hours. So, Aster is doing absolutely crazy numbers in the last 24 hours. So yesterday, when I made this video, you can see here, this is where I made the video, and this was about $1.67 during that video. And I was mentioning how when we take off, we could probably end up seeing another pump. And it says here, Aster is about to explode. That was the title of the video. So yeah, it did exactly that. So I made this video right here, right at this point. And the reason why I mentioned that is because we were at a solid support. And as we pulled back and hit that support, I was just seeing all the signs on the MACD that we are having a lot of buying pressure around this area. And that's exactly what happened. We just started to take off. So that was pretty good. Anyone that got in around the time that I made the video yesterday and held till now is doing extremely well. So let's talk about what you could end up seeing here for Aster soon in the future. Before we talk about that, actually, this is one of the big reasons too why we went up. Not only that, just because Aster is just super bullish right now, but yeah, Aster is now being integrated into the Trust Wallet app. So yeah, that's huge. So perpetuals are coming to Trust Wallet. So 100x perpetuals through Aster. So that's actually pretty big that they added Aster to Trust Wallet. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's up right now. So anyways, it did get rejected up here. It got past that resistance a little bit, the $2.35 resistance. And now you can see it did get rejected about $2.40 or $2.41. And now we are seeing it actively pulling back right now. So right now, this is the 30-minute chart. And we just now had a bear signal showing up here on the percent or trend exhaustion. You can see the long-term trend and the short-term trend line are both curving downward. So they're both on a downtrend. So yeah, we see that they're both on a downtrend. And we also have the red bar over here. This red bar is a signal showing that we're about to also have that pullback as well. And whenever we see that red arrow, is pretty much the confirmation that we're going to the downside. So that's pretty much why we're seeing this pullback here. Now, I think that we could pull back further from here. So I would definitely say don't be too excited here. Don't think that Aster is just going to keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going, right? Don't just think it's going to keep going. Nothing ever keeps on going. Everything has to pull back, right? The next target is $3.04 here. Well, $3.05. That's at that Fibonacci resistance all the way up here. So Aster should be up there pretty soon. My first call on Aster was right here at $1.23. And you can see here how I have this Fibonacci set up from the swing high all the way down to the swing low. Just check out the first video I did on Aster. I did it at $1.23, and now we are at $2.22. So yeah, anyone who got in around the time that I called it first, the first call, is up at 100% right now. So yeah, yeah, you guys are doing pretty good here. So anyways, we are in the process of pulling back. So where would Aster pull back if it did continue to have that pullback? Well, first of all, we'd have two support bases, right, that we have to look at. Minor one and then the major ones, right? We can see a pullback here to $2.15 and then eventually down to $2, right? And that's what the pullback is looking like. If we do not revive or go back up, whatever you want to say, revive, reverse, whatever, by the time we hit $2 or $2.15, if we don't reverse at either one of these areas, then that next support that we really have to watch out for with Aster is down here at that $1.65 area, pretty much where we were yesterday. So if we cannot have a reversal, then that's what we'll end up seeing. Usually we don't end up giving back all of the gains like that though. So I think Aster should be pulling back to this level soon though. $2 and then eventually $1.60 if it does continue to pull back. That's a if. Remember, it's not 100% confirmed. That's if it continues to pull back, and that's what we could see. We also had a little bit of support here at about $1.80. You can see here at the bottom of this the bottom of this candlestick here, you can see it touched $1.80. So those are the three levels that you have to watch out right now for Aster. We had also resistance back here at about on the 21st at about $2. We had resistance there. So I think $2 is really that main area that we want to watch out for with Aster for our support. This is the 30-minute chart as well. And you can also see on the hourly chart, when you pull that up with the percent R trend exhaustion, this is a pretty bearish signal because not necessarily pretty bearish. It's just showing that it's overbought and it can stay overbought for a long time. So just remember that. But yeah, currently overbought in Aster, so a pullback to $2 would definitely not be too far-fetched, right? And then when you look at the 15-minute chart, it's a much shorter term chart. You can see the percent R trend exhaustion has both the long-term trend and the short-term trend lines going down simultaneously. And you can also see with this red bar here, with the red down arrow indicating that we are now reversing to the downside. So the percent R trend exhaustion shows the trend is currently reversing downwards. So there's also that possibility that we can stop halfway down, just like how we did here and here. And you can also see how the long-term trend stopped halfway down as well. So that would look something similar to this, where we stop halfway down and then continue up for a short-term trend there, and then the long-term trend doing something similar and meeting the short-term trend here at the top, and then having a pullback. There's a possibility that something like that could happen. So if that happens, then we wouldn't have the pullback to $2 or the pullback to $1.60 or $1.65 or the $1.80 one, right? Then it would just take off if something like that happened. But also, you can look at the MACD down here. The MACD is showing that the sellers are starting to step in. So we're starting to see a lot more selling coming into Aster, and we're probably having whales taking profits at this point now because Aster has been pumping for a pretty good period of time. So whales might be trying to take profits around this area too. But yeah, we stopped right here at this Fibonacci. Perfect area to stop and pull back at. But yeah, it's just pretty much going to end up trying to pull and build some momentum up from there. But yeah, after we had that pullback though, to either there's multiple levels, and I know people probably don't like that I'm not giving one level, but if you know anything about technical analysis, you know that there's multiple levels that you could reach that you need to be aware of. So anyways, for the people that do know about technical analysis, we could either pull back to $2.15 and then recover. We could pull back to $2 and recover. We could pull back to $1.80 and then recover, or we could pull back to $1.65 to and recover. But either way, Aster is still bullish because the 24-hour trading volume is absolutely humongous right now at 2.8 billion. The market cap is at 3.8 billion. The fully diluted value is at 18.3 billion. So Aster is a complete beast right now. So when it comes to these 1, 2, 3, 4 levels, the one that I'm leaning more closer towards us pulling back to and recovering from is more so around $2 or $1.80. So I think when we do $2 or $1.80, we can pump and go off, but it could still just pull back to 215 and pump from there, right? But we are starting to see the pickup inside of the selling volume. So if this selling volume starts to hit us heavy, like it did back here, then what you could end up seeing with Aster is the $1.65 area before the next breakout. So that's what you want to watch out for here with Aster. But overall, it's still bullish. It's going to continue to pump. So just let it pull back as it should naturally. And then from there, everything will be good. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.